I said stop moving! Your insurance is fake, and this car is getting impounded right now!
Stop shouting at me. I have nothing fake.
Don't argue! You think wearing a suit makes you untouchable? Show me the real papers!
Screaming at him. Why so aggressive?
Well, wait, sir, hold on. Why didn't you say you were a judge?
Before this story begins, just know this. 2 officers in Riverbend County thought they were teaching a lesson to a black driver that morning. They didn't know she was a superior court judge. They didn't know every word they said was being recorded. And they definitely didn't know that their choices would cost them $120,000. Now, let's begin. It was a quiet Wednesday morning in Riverbend County. Sunlight painted the roads gold. Cars moved calmly. People rushed to work. It was a kind of day when nothing strange usually happened. Judge Alyssa Monroe, a respected black superior court judge in her early 50s, was driving her gray Lexus to the courthouse. She wore simple pearl earrings, a navy blue suit, and her ID badge clipped neatly to her pocket. Alyssa loved peace. She loved fairness. She believed in treating people with dignity. But the 2 cops behind her did not. Officers Brad Collins and Eric Dalton, both known around town for their attitude, spotted her car at a stoplight. Brad tapped Eric. "Look at that Lexus," he sneered. Eric nodded. "Bet she's got fake tags. Or fake insurance. These people always do." These people. Alyssa didn't know it yet, but that sentence would start everything. The light turned green. Alyssa continued driving safely, but the police car behind her turned on its lights. WEWO. WEWO. Alyssa frowned, pulled over gently, and parked. She rolled down her window, hands visible on the wheel, just like she always told others to do during traffic stops. Brad strutted up the window, chewing gum loudly, playing tough. "License, registration, proof of insurance," he barked. Alyssa handed everything calmly. "Officer, may I ask why I'm being stopped?" Brad ignored the question and analyzed her insurance card. After 2 seconds, he smirked. "This is fake." Alyssa blinked. "Excuse me?" Eric leaned toward the window. "You heard him. This insurance is fraudulent. Did you print it at home?" Alyssa stared at them, stunned. "It's real. That's State Shield insurance. You can call the number." Brad cut her off. "Oh, so you're talking back now." Eric laughed. "Must think she's special." Alyssa inhaled slowly. She knew exactly what this was. And she also knew these officers had just made the biggest mistake of their careers. Brad snatched her insurance card. "Yeah, this is fake. I've seen this before." Alyssa stayed calm. "That card came straight from my insurance company. Please call the verification number." Brad leaned closer into the window. "I decide what's real. Not you." Eric walked around the car, pretending to inspect it. "Check this out, Brad." Her stickers look off, too. "Might be stolen." Alyssa's heart thumped in her chest, but her face stayed gentle. "Officers, everything on this vehicle is legal. You can run the plates." Brad grinned. "Oh, we will. And you might be going to jail today." Several cars slowed down to watch. A man walking his dog stopped and whispered, "Why are they talking to her like that?" Alyssa sat upright, refusing to let fear break her voice. "Officer, I work for the state. You are making a very serious mistake." Brad scoffed. "The only mistake here is you thinking you can lie to us." Eric nodded eagerly. "Should we cuff her for fraudulent documents?" Alyssa looked directly into Brad's eyes. "Before you put me in handcuffs, I want you to radio dispatch and run my name." Brad smirked. "Oh, yeah? And who are you supposed to be?" Alyssa reached into her purse very slowly, her movements calm, visible, deliberate. She pulled out a black leather judicial ID case. She opened it. A golden emblem shined in the sun. Her official superior court credentials. Her judge photo. Her state seal. Brad stepped back like he'd seen a ghost. Eric's face went white. "You're a judge?" Brad stammered. Alyssa nodded calmly. "Superior Court Judge Alyssa Monroe." The crowd gasped. A man filming whispered, "Oh, they're done. They are done." Brad's hands trembled. "Judge, Your Honor, we didn't know." Alyssa raised her hand gently, stopping him. "Please don't change your tone now. Continue speaking to me the way you were speaking a moment ago. Eric swallowed hard. Your Honor, we thought the insurance card. You accused me without checking anything, she said softly. You lied about my stickers. You threatened to arrest me. You mocked me. The officers exchanged terrified looks. Brad whispered, We're so screwed, man. Alyssa continued, Run my name through dispatch. Right now. Brad rushed back to the patrol car like a panicked child. His voice cracked over the radio. Dispatch. We need a verification on Superior Court Judge Alyssa Monroe. Dispatch replied instantly. Confirmed. Judge Monroe is authorized state personnel. Officers, what exactly are you doing? The silence after that felt like an earthquake. Alyssa stepped out of her car calmly. The officers froze, unsure whether to stop her. You're fine, Your Honor, Eric said nervously. She looked them both in the eyes. You violated my rights. You tried to intimidate me. You racially profiled me. And you made false accusations without any evidence. Brad felt sweat dripping down the back of his neck. Your Honor, please, we can work this out. Alyssa smiled politely. We will. 10 minutes later, a sheriff's SUV pulled up. Sheriff Mason Clark, a serious man with no patience for stupidity, stepped out. He marched straight to Alyssa. Judge Monroe, are you all right? I am, she said calmly. But your officers are not. Mason turned to Brad and Eric with the angriest stare they had ever seen. What did you two do? They both stuttered nonsense. Alyssa answered for them. They accused me of fake insurance without checking. They threatened arrest. They used racial language. They treated me like a criminal. Mason's jaw tightened. Hand me your badges. Brad's heart almost stopped. Eric's face turned beet red. Sheriff Mason stepped closer to them. You racially profiled a state judge. You embarrassed this department. And you did it in front of civilians recording everything. He pointed to the crowd. And those videos are already online. Eric whispered, We're finished. Mason nodded. Yes, you are. 3 weeks later, the Riverbend County Courthouse was packed. Reporters, cameras, lawyers. Everyone was waiting for the announcement. Judge Alyssa Monroe stepped to the podium. I am filing a $120,000 civil rights lawsuit against Officers Collins and Dalton for discrimination, harassment, unlawful stop, and attempted false arrest. Gasps filled the room. A reporter shouted, Judge Monroe, why $120,000? Alyssa answered calmly, because that is the minimum number required to send a message that racism has consequences. Meanwhile, Brad and Eric sat across the room pale, sweaty and shaking. Their lawyer whispered, There's no way to win this. Settle. The county had no choice. They paid the full $120,000. The officers were fired. Their names made the news. Their careers ended forever. And everyone in Riverbend County learned one lesson. Never judge someone by their skin. Judge them by the truth. Months later, Alyssa drove past the same road. Same sunlight. Same quiet morning. Different feeling. She wasn't angry anymore. A young black girl waved at her from the sidewalk. Alyssa rolled down her window. I'll see you in the next one. Hi, Your Honor, the girl said proudly. My mom said you stood up against those bad cops. She said you made us all proud. Alyssa smiled warmly. Always stand for the truth, she said, even when others don't. As she drove away, she knew the world wasn't perfect. But that day in that county, justice had spoken loudly, and everyone heard it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any new uploads. Tell me where you're watching from in the comments. I love seeing people from all over the world supporting the channel. And don't forget to share this video with someone who loves justice, truth, and powerful stories. Stay safe, stay aware, and